All right, guys, how much should you be paying for a new roof in the Atlanta area, kind of greater Georgia area in 2022? All right, guys, so it's 2022. We have all lived through the last 2 years, 2021, 2020, all the craziness that's gone on, the shortages on the shelves, the higher gas prices, all that kind of stuff. So when we're going through this, we'll be making mention of those types of things and how they factor into what we think you should be paying for a roof to get it done in the year 2022. So the first thing that we'll talk about is availability. So, you go to the grocery store, there might not be some chicken one week, there might not be some eggs or something like that. Same thing with roofing materials. So we install ICO, we also install GAF. And in the Atlanta, Savannah markets where we do most of our work, sometimes there is a shortage or, there isn't availability of a certain type of color. And so that can delay the project. Depending on how long it can delay it, you could run into another price increase. We've already had 2 of them this year. The first one was 5%. The second one was 10 to 15%. So, we're looking at anywhere between 15 to 20% increase just from February of this year. The second thing that can, factor in is design of the roof. Steepness, how cut up it is, the texture of the materials, the type of materials, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go through 4 quick things that directly impact the price. And then at the end, we'll give you what we think you should be paying for a roof in the Georgia area in 2022. So number 1, like I was just mentioning, is the roof design. How cut up is the roof? Meaning, is it just 2 sides like a ranch style home, or is it a real cut up, taller designer type custom home? That can greatly affect the price. How steep is the roof? So is it walkable or is it super steep? That's going to affect the amount of labor that we have on the job. Because it's more dangerous for the guys to work on. It also takes longer, so you got to pay the guys more. And how tall is the roof? So there's a couple things that play in there. Is it easy to load? Do you have to hand load it? Can you use a loading truck? And again, more labor. It's taller. They got to go up and down the ladder. They got to walk around. It's more dangerous. That kind of stuff. So the roof design could increase a job anywhere from $250, which is our steep fee, all the way up to a couple $1,000, just depending on how cut up it is, how steep it is, how tall it is, and what combination of those 3 things go together. The second thing, and this is probably the most important one as far as really driving up the price, is does your roof need to be redecked? So is it an older house that has 1x6 planks? Or is it a newer home that has OSB, but it's been leaking really bad and we have to replace all the decking? New 1x6s right now can run anywhere between, let's say, $12 and $18. New OSB for just one sheet is anywhere between $40 and $50. The good old days of a $2 1x6 and a $10 sheet of OSB are long gone. And we don't really foresee that coming down anytime soon. So with labor included, you're looking, probably at $80 to $90 per sheet of OSB to change out. And for, 1x6, you're probably looking at anywhere between $20 to $25, per stick that is replaced. So if you have to redeck your home, that can greatly increase the price. Anywhere probably between $2,500 to $10,000 on the really high end if you have a really big house with a lot of waste and we have to redeck the whole thing. The third thing that can increase the price is how many layers are on your roof. So did someone come out before and install a new roof right over top of the old roof? Did you build a frame and put metal on top and now you want to rip that and the shingles off and put new shingles back on? The factors that play in there are more labor, obviously, because you got to tear off multiple layers. But more importantly than that is the weight that you're going to be either putting in the dumpster or the trailer. So, on average, your dump is going to cost in between $400 and $750 just for a single layer. If you have to put another layer on top of that, or a third layer on top of that, now you're looking at a couple $1,000 increase. So for the layer increase, it's labor and the weight that you have to take to the landfill. So that could increase the price anywhere between, let's say, $500 to $2,000 if you have additional layers on your roof. And the fourth thing is what we call double handle, and that's for either materials going up or waste coming down. So if you have a real curvy driveway, or if it's really high up on a hill, or if, let's say, your driveway is very far below, like you walk in the basement and your house is kind of up on a hill, you have to throw the materials off the roof, tear it off, throw them down off the roof, and then you have to pick them up again and move them to the dumpster. Or when you're loading the roof, you have to drop the pallet and then hand load the roof, or use a ladder vader, as opposed to having the truck come and just kind of deposit them up on the roof, and the guys can just pull them off and set them on the roof. So that can increase the price also. It's more labor, it's more work, it's more dangerous. So you're looking on that anywhere between $100 to $1,500. Those are the four main ones, and there are others, obviously, but those are the four main ones that you run into. And with everything that goes into it in today's world, right? So you have fuel surcharges. When I was driving in this morning, $4.18 a gallon for fuel. So fuel costs more. We got to pay the guys more because they got to drive to and from work. The availability of the materials, the design of the roof, with all of that kind of stuff said and factored in for a standard roof size, let's say a one-story home that's not very steep, and it's 2,000 to 2,500 square feet. So just a normal ranch style home, you're looking at probably in between $9,000 and $11,500 for the Atlanta market, for the Savannah market, for basically Georgia. And that's 20 to 25 squares. So that's just kind of your standard smaller roof. Like I said, $9,000 to $11,500. So if you guys found this helpful, if you learned something, please consider giving us a follow on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. That's at Big Time Roof LLC. And if you like this kind of content and you learned something, please consider going over to our YouTube page and giving us a subscribe. We publish content just like this on Wednesdays. And while you're there, please hit that thumbs up bell. It helps us out with the algorithm. So I hope you guys have a great day.